So the next person I want to highlight in Black history is Bass Reeves. Now, Bass Reeves was the first black deputy U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi. He also was a cowboy. He was born in Crawford County, Arkansas, July 1838, and he was born a slave. He went off to the Civil War alongside his master, Confederate Colonel William S. Reeves, also known as George Reeves, where it was said that he got into a dispute over a card game with his master around 1861, 1862, and Reeves beat his master severely, so he fled into the Indian Territory, today known as Kansas and Oklahoma. And here's a photo of him possibly during the time he was in Indian Territory by the way he's dressed. Um, so in the Indian Territory, he lived among the Cherokee, the Creek, the Seminole Indians, and he learned their languages until he was freed by the 13th Amendment in 1865. Now, he worked as a guide for the U.S. government officials interested in traveling through Indian Territory after the war. In 1875, he was commissioned to be a deputy U.S. Marshal by federal Judge Isaac Parker, known as the Hanging Judge, of the Western District of Arkansas. Reeves was responsible for apprehending criminals in a 75,000 square mile region. Reeves was said to have killed 14 outlaws and arrested over 3,000 men in his career, including his own son Benny for murdering his wife after he caught her in the bed with another man. So, this was a trivial time in Bass Reeves' career because he was pressured to arrest his own son. His son did surrender and he was brought to trial, and Bass Reeves was with him throughout the trial. He was sentenced to 12 years, and his sentence was commuted, and he was returned back to Muskogee as a free man. Bass left the Marshal Service in 1907 and then served as a Muskogee police officer. He died of Bright's disease at the age of 71, which is a kidney disease. Bass was laid to rest in an unmarked grave. Its location is still unknown. Legend has it that Bass Reeves is the real Lone Ranger. This is a photo of him with the other officers. That's him at the bottom left, first man at the bottom. And this is the iconic picture of Bass Reeves. Um, from the stories I've heard about Bass Reeves, they say he was a real tough lawman. He didn't take no crap, and he had to lay down the law, and he had to show a lot of force because he was a black man during a time where black men weren't allowed to have any power. So he ruled with an iron fist. And I wanted to highlight him for Black History Month because he's somebody that doesn't get any credit, because the image of a cowboy is usually, you know, one particular picture in a person's mind. But throughout the West, there were many black cowboys, and I wanted to highlight Bass Reeves today and put him out there for the world, for the people who don't know. I know there's many people do know of Bass Reeves, but he also has a alcohol. I think it's a whiskey. One of the Braxton girls is one of the spokesperson for the whiskey. That's another fact about Bass Reeves. But today we're going to give him his flowers even though he's not here. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on Black History. Peace.